like helium.
You want to come out here?
Alright everybody, it is officially week 2 here in the SSDL, and a lot of you may be wondering, yo Mike, where is week 1? Well, funny story about that. I had actually just finished recording the intro portion of the week 1 video when I went to DM our opponent for that night, and as it turned out, they were actually dropping from the league. And my monitor just broke. This week we are up against the Slow Bros, coached by Ivan, aka Big Og. Big Oog. Taking a look at the roster, they have a team of Deoxys Speed, Tera Kingambit, Primarina, Donphan, Thunderous, Terra Entei, Archaludon, Iron Boulder, Terra Wochen, Salamence, Toxapex. This week I'm expecting to see Deoxys Speed, Tera Kingambit, Primarina, Donphan, Thunderous, and Iron Boulder. Deoxys Speed was Ivan's first pick in the draft, and it's easy to see why. With its amazing 180 base speed stat and solid 95 base physical and special attacking stats, it could punch a lot of holes early into our team with its standard life orb set. It also makes for a great lead Pokemon with access to stealth rocks, spikes, screens for the other big threats on Ivan's team. Prepping for regular Kingambit is already tough enough. Tera Kingambit is even scarier. I don't really see a reason to deviate from the bread and butter Swords Dance, Sucker Punch, Iron Head sets, but just being able to Tera defensively to take hits or dish out hits on something like Mandibuzz that normally walls Kingambit for sure makes this thing a problem. Speaking of problems this week, Primarina. Goddamn, this thing is really fucking annoying. Assault Vest sets easily wall most of our special attackers like Keldeo and Hydreigon. Calm Mind, or even worse, a Choice Spec set, aren't really easy for us to switch into either. Fairy and Water are both fairly free to click against us. This thing is for sure my biggest threat of the week. Hazards are a big part of this game, and it is tough out here in these Paldean streets. With a lot of things losing defog, if your only form of hazard control is Rapid Spin Donphan, you kinda gotta just rock with it. And that's no hate either. People always talking about Dawn Former and Dawn Ladder. I rock with Dawn Current. Thunderous in theory is good anti-Torterra tech, which is what you want. We are the Toronto Torterras after all. You got your ground immunity and a grass resist with your flying type. It's naturally faster than us, so if we haven't raised our speed, you can just hit us with strong special attacks, or just U-turn into something else that you think would be better at stopping us. Iron Boulder's strong stab moves like Mighty Cleave and Psycho Cut are really good against our defensive core and Mandibuzz and Pecharunt, but I really think it would just be funny as a petty bring against us, since Ivan is the one who actually sniped Iron Boulder from us. Alright, let's talk about what we're bringing. Surprise! But not really, Torterra. We're going to be bringing a Choice Band set with Bullet Seed, Headlong Rush, Stone Edge, Wood Hammer, 20 HP, 252 attack, 236 speed with an Adamant nature. The Slow Bros don't have a lot of ground switch-ins, so I wanted to take advantage of that with this Choice Band set. Obviously, we're max attack Adamant to get as much damage as possible, and we have enough speed to outspeed a no-speed Archaludon. Bullet Seed is there to break Donphan sturdy and maybe even pick up an Oko if we're lucky enough. Headlong Rush and Wood Hammer are just our strongest stab moves. And then Stone Edge is for Thunderous and Salamence. The next one we're going to be bringing is Rotom Heat. We're going to be bringing a heavy duty boot set with Overheat, Pain Split, Volt Switch, and Will-O-Wisp, 248 HP, 124 physical defense, 124 special defense, 12 speed with a calm nature. The only things that can really one-hit KO Rotom are Iron Boulder and Primarina, but I think it's a solid switch in for something like Thunderous. Overheat can dish out big damage, Pain Split can keep our HP up so we can keep switching in, Volt Switch gives us momentum, and then Will-O-Wisp is good for physical threats like Kingambit, and it's also good shit for bulkier annoying things like Primarina. If you take a guy in the first round, you gotta bring him to the game, and you gotta let him do what he does best. We're gonna be bringing a heavy duty boots Terrapagos set with Calm Mind, Earth Power, Rapid Spin, Terra Starstorm, 60 HP, 252 special attack, 196 speed with a modest nature. We can easily bring in Terrapagos safely and get a free Calm Mind up on most things. With our speed EVs, one Rapid Spin will make us faster than a max speed Iron Boulder, and then we're free to spam our Stab 120 base normal move and Earth Power to hit those annoying steel types. The Quag Daddy is popping out, and he's showing us why he belongs on this team this week. We're going to be bringing a Rocky Helmet set with Earth Power, Ice Beam, Recover, and Stealth Rocks, 248 HP, 252 defense, 8 special attack with a bold nature. Quagsire matches up well against the Slow Bros physical attackers in Kingambit and Iron Boulder. Earth Power and Ice Beam hit most of the team to get us good shit. Recover just keeps us healthy, and if we don't see Donphan, those Stealth Rocks could come up big for us. The answer my good friend Radioactive Mayo, please subscribe to him, and I came up with for the looming threat that is Primarina is going to be Necrozma. We're going to be bringing an Assault Best set with Brick Break, Earth Power, Knockoff, Photon Geyser, 248 HP, 252 special attack, 8 special defense with a quiet nature, and a steel Tera type. Necrozma is probably going to be the mon I actually Tera in this game since we don't have a dedicated Moonblast switch in. With our investments, we are going to have a blow for blow match with Primarina if it's also wearing an Assault Vest. We have Brick Break for the chance Deoxys is screens, Earth Power just to hit the steel types, Knockoff is the freest move in draft of all time, and then Photon Geyser is just really good stab. If Necrozma is our Tera guy, that means Torterra isn't Terraing this week, and that also means our next guy also isn't Terraing. We're going to be bringing a Choice Scarf Hydreigon with Dark Pulse, Draco Meteor, Earth Power, U-Turn, 104 HP, 252 special attack, 152 speed, a Timid nature, and a Poison Tera type. We need some form of immediate speed control, and I liked Hydreigon over Keldeo this week. Dark Pulse and Draco Meteor are our best stab moves, and then Earth Power is really the only coverage move we needed this week. Lastly, we just have U-Turn to give the team a second form of momentum. These are your Toronto Torterras for the week, and I will see all of you at the game. We at the game, and we see Tera Kingambit, Tera Wo-Chen, Thunderous Arch, Primarina, and Salamence. And we only got 3 of 6 on that, but that's fine. We see that Gambit is Tera Ghost, Wo-Chen is Tera Ground, and that's it for Terras. Low-key, I kind of just like leading off with Rotom Heat. I think it has a really solid lead into most things on this team. Willow is very threatening, and he could think that we're also like a Choice Scarf set or something. Alright, I think I'm going to lead off with big Rotom Heat. As we just see Thunderous, which is awesome. Yeah, this is a really good thing for us. I think Willow is honestly the most free thing we can click here, because if he just goes Primarina, I'm just going to Volt Switch out on it. As he actually sets up Rain Dance here. So I'm imagining this is going to be Weather Ball or something like that. I'm going to pull up my calculator real quick just to see. I do have the Assault Vest Necrozma, but I don't really want it to go to waste yet because I do really need Primarina. Because I think we have a lot of options for Primarina at this point, so I am just going to go into Necrozma here. As we see the Weather Ball, and it's only going to do 30%, which is fine with me. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to knock off here. I'm going to Tera Steel, then knock off. As he actually just taunts us here, which is very interesting. I was not expecting that, and it was Damp Rock. Very surprising. So I'm just gonna go for the Photon Geyser here, as now we see the U-Turn. Now I imagine Wo-Chen comes out, and it's just Arch. Okay. We do see the stamina, which I was thinking it would be. I imagine you want to go for the Electro Shot here, huh? Yeah, I definitely need Necrozma for Primarina, so I think my play is just go into Rotom here if this is Electro Shot, because Rain will be over after this. And it's just Draco, which is fine with me. That's a crazy play on his part. I'm going to click Pain Split here. And we get 6 HP back, which is nice. So we know the whole set, it's just Weather Ball and Taunt. So without the rain, this thing really can't do much to us, huh? It doesn't do a lot. U-Turn might be annoying, but I think I'm gonna go here thinking it's, okay, there's the U-Turn. Now you bring up Primarina. Now I know what comes out here. Yep, there's Primarina. Per the usual. Now we go into Necrozma. This is what we made this for. I should have just clicked Volt Switch there. I was thinking maybe he will just click U-Turn, predicting us to switch. He's playing bravely. There we go. I had no Moonblast switch in, so we needed that. And now I'm just gonna click Photon Geyser here. And if that does like 30-ish, that does so much. Interesting. What are you, Primarina? You're not Assault Vest, I can tell you that. Alright, I'm going into Quag here. I don't know what Mence wants to do, but Quag is unaware. Yeah, that's fine, and we just click Ice Beam here. That does nothing. Wow, I cannot believe it lived that. That did 30%. I'm gonna recover here. I don't want to be at 40. I want to stay healthy. I need this thing for Gambino. Yep. He dies to chip, and we're back at full. You love to see that. Alright, and now Wo-Chen comes out here, and we just go hard Torterra. It's doing the most, and also this could be good if we do get Thunderous in here, so I'm gonna go for Stone Edge. We get a nice crit as he just knocks us off. But that's fine. We can stay in here and do this. I think now I just click Headlong. And you click that. And now I click Stone Edge on Thunderous. We just see Terra Ground. That's crazy. And we get another crit, Terra Blast, that does nothing to us. I'm clicking Woodhammer here. Okay. I'm clicking Woodhammer here. You can go ahead and switch into Thunderous. We just see Arch. I'm gonna go into Rotom here, honestly. Yep, we live the Draco. And then we can Pain Split for free again, as Thunderous comes back out here. Even if Thunderous wants to set up Rain, I'm fine with that. I'm gonna go into Torterra now. You don't really switch into this. Kingambit comes out here. All I can do is click Terra Ghost. So either way, Headlong is still very free. That was crazy. I am going to click Headlong again. Sucker's fine, because now I just go into you. I'm clicking Earth Power here. Yeah, that's fine. Wo Chien comes out here. I'm going to fish for a freeze here. As he just goes into Arch. Wow. Gets a stamina boost. I think I'm just clicking Earth Power here. Yeah, that's not going to do anything. And you take Rocky Helmet damage? Let's go Quag. I'll tell you what though. I'll tell you what looks really good here is our first round pick. We can just Calm Mind up here. As we see the Body Press come out. Well, that's fine. Now we Earth Power. Nice. Primarina comes out here. It should die to the Starstorm. Yep, well, that's nice. And then Wo-Chien comes out here, and then we just click Starstorm again. And then, even with Protect, you still die. You should die, right? Yeah. Alright. Nice little dub for the Torterras coming out here. Our first actual game played. GG again to Ivan. Shout out to Terapagos for being the most broken thing ever and still sitting there at whatever pick we had. I already forget. Shout out to Rotom and Quagsire for putting in big work this week. A good dub. Nothing like a good dub after a few months of not playing. Alrighty. I will catch all of you next week for week 3. Peace out, guys.